Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about my new keyboard, the Epomaker TH80. I'll share a little bit about why I decided to go with this keyboard over some of the other ones. I'll also give my initial impressions of using this keyboard almost daily for the past week, and I'll also talk about the mods that I did to make the keyboard sound like this. So honestly, I was never planning on getting a new keyboard, but the YouTube algorithm kept pushing YouTube ASMR videos in my recommended, and I kept watching them, pushing the algorithm even further. So before I knew it, I wanted a keyboard and it had to be thocky. As I embarked on this journey, I was unaware about the amount of information I had to consume and analyze before I could even buy a keyboard. I was deep in the YouTube and Reddit communities trying to understand which keyboard was right for me. Before I went fully insane, I decided to set a budget for myself, which was about $200. And this budget had to include a keyboard kit that was easy to mod, some new switches, some new keycaps, a coiled cable, and even some lube. Towards the end of my search, I was in between the Keychron V1 and the Epomaker TH80. I don't think I could have gone wrong either way, but I mainly decided to go with the Epomaker because of the white colorway and also because of the wireless connectivity. The keyboard out of the box is honestly amazing. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was blown away. You can see my initial impressions and unboxing video up here, but for under $90, you're getting a very well-built keyboard, solid Gatreon Pro switches, and some really quality keycaps. All this combined means you're getting a great feeling and great sounding keyboard right out of the box. I can confidently say this is a huge step up from my old Durgod mechanical keyboard, which sounded like this. Ugh. Honestly, now it feels like a $10 membrane keyboard in comparison. The stock feel and sound of the keyboard was so good, I was second doubting my decision to upgrade the keyboard. But I decided to pull the trigger anyway and got myself some new linear switches, some lube, and some beautiful green keycaps. For switches, my requirements were pretty simple. I wanted a linear switch that sounded thocky but didn't break the bank. I finally decided to go with the Feker Matcha switches after watching countless YouTube videos of all the linear switches in the world. In hindsight, I should have probably ordered a bunch of different linear switches, tested them all out, and kept the ones that I liked the most, but oh well. I also decided to go all in and lube each switch by hand. I was not ready to have my patience tested in this way. Honestly, they make it look so much easier online. Damn the power of editing. I got this basic lubing kit on Amazon that came with a switch opener, a couple of brushes for lubing, and this metal picker-upper thing to help lube the switches. took me about 2 hours to finish lubing all 90 switches. My fingers were definitely paining throughout the process, but I was fully committed. I made several mistakes along the way, and I'm pretty sure I broke a couple of switches too, but I'm glad I pushed through and I learned a lot in the process. And honestly, I think the reward was worth it. The only other mod that I did was add the tempest mod, which is basically adding a couple layers of painter's tape on the PCB behind this backboard. I had to unscrew a couple of screws over here and over here, and then undo this plate that has like these plastic clips in place. I ended up using a metal screwdriver to kind of pry this open, which I definitely don't recommend because I ended up damaging a part of the plastic over here. So I would highly recommend using like an old credit card or something like that. Lastly, for keycaps, I decided to go with these Matcha keycaps from XDK. They're this combination of light and dark green, and honestly, I've just been really digging the green colorway, and I think it looks really, really good. The keycap set also comes with some vanity keys, like this boba and ice cream keys, and then I also decided to upgrade the knob up here from the red to this darker blue metallic color, just because I think it blends in a bit better. All in all, I really like how the keyboard turned out, especially for my first and probably last custom keyboard for a good while. I really like the keycaps and I think they look really good, but the switches are a bit stiffer than I'm used to. They take more pressure than my previous switches to push into, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get used to that. Otherwise, I might have to switch them out for the Acco V3 cream yellow switches, which have a lighter actuation force. Thanks so much for watching and listening to me ramble about my new keyboard. If you enjoyed this journey, please drop a like below. If you have any questions about the keyboard, modding, or anything else, drop a comment. If you want to see more tech videos like this, please consider subscribing. Catch y'all in the next one.